If you've spent any time on this channel before, you would know that I've got two sides, Super Mario and Minecraft. These are my two favorite video game franchises, so pretty much every video I make is about one or the other. On YouTube, you generally want to avoid splitting your audience too much. Lucky for me, Minecraft and Mario do occasionally cross over in games like Smash Bros, and as it turns out, Minecraft itself. When Minecraft came to the Wii U, it also came with the special Mario mashup pack. This would change all the textures in the game to match with the Super Mario series, along with giving you several skins based on different characters. This mashup pack is actually still being updated to this day on the Nintendo Switch version. I should also bring up, because I forgot last time, that this was also on the 3DS. Sorry to all two Minecraft new 3DS fans. I've already made a video talking about all of the mob changes in this resource pack, and you all seem to really enjoy it. So today, I thought it'd be fun to take a look at another aspect of this, being the actual skins, and rank them from the worst to the best. With this mashup pack, we get 40 different skins based off several characters from the franchise. Hey, where's Gino? For the sake of this video, I'll be ranking them based on how well I think the character is adapted to a Minecraft skin, and how much the character deserves to be in this pack. Obviously, as this is the point of every ranking video on YouTube, there's going to be plenty of personal bias here. Even if you don't care for my rankings, I hope this at least acts as a neat showcase for all these different designs. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right in. Alright, so for the skin pack, there really aren't any bad skins, so we're going to start with two that I just think are kind of pointless. 40 Luigi with the Poltergust, and 39 Mario with Flood. Both of these guys are essentially the exact same thing as the normal Luigi and Mario skins, but they now have something on their back. And I guess Mario's sleeves are rolled up. That's not Mario! That's Super Gangster Mario! But anyway, yeah, both of these skins are well done. The Poltergust and Flood fit pretty well. It just feels like these were wasted slots that could have gone to actual characters. There are plenty of other Mario and Luigi power-up skins we'll see later, but at least those look very different. I prefer Flood here because I think the size is a bit better on him, whereas the Poltergust does feel a little flat. 38, Wendy. For our first actual character skin, we have the first of the 7 Koopalings. Now, if this was a Mario Kart roster, people would be losing their minds at the mere inclusion of these guys, but I've always personally been a Koopaling fan. Unfortunately, though, I'm not much of a Wendy fan, and I think this skin looks pretty ugly. So they did a pretty good job adapting her. Her bow looks extremely weird on the Minecraft skin, and the face in general just isn't that well done. We'll see that the Koopalings in particular had a really rough time in the faces in general, but I think it's clear that Wendy got it the worst. 37, Donkey Kong. Okay, this one might be a bit controversial, so let me explain myself. Yes, obviously Donkey Kong had to be included, being one of the most iconic characters in the Mario series. However, I think they really messed up his head here. Okay. It looks like it got squished down, which is not the look they should be going for with DK, one of the biggest main Mario characters next to Bowser. His hair on the top of his head also just looks way too thin and stupid. So sorry DK fans, but I think this is a bit of a poor adaptation. At the very least, the body itself looks fine. I decided to look up Donkey Kong Minecraft skin to see if anyone else did better, and oh my god. 36, Iggy. He's got a very similar problem to Donkey Kong, where his head just feels way too shrunk down, especially the hair. Iggy is known for being the tall and lanky Koopaling, and his hair plays a big part in that. In the Minecraft skin though, it looks like an ungrown crop. Poor Iggy always has trouble translating into games like Minecraft or Smash Bros, but at the very least, I do find his face to be funnier than Wendy's. 35, Bowser. To end off this mini weird head streak, we got the big bad of the series himself. Obviously, he's got a very distinct head shape, so trying to put that all on a Minecraft skin was clearly a challenge. It just looks far too flattened and overall smaller than it should be. However, I think Bowser deserves the edge over the last couple for a few reasons. For one, he obviously deserves the skin the most, and two, there's a part of me that thinks this messed up Bowser is kinda cute. Oh, and 3 Bowser's cool. Yeah, he's back. Cool Bowser. Woo! 34 Boomerang Mario, 33 Cat Mario, 32 Kitsune Luigi, and 31 Tanuki Mario. All 4 of these are low down for the same reason, so we might as well cover them together. These are all based on power-ups from the main series. While that is obviously less exciting than a whole new character, these are some fairly iconic power-ups, so it makes sense to include them. I would say each of these look fairly good as well, especially Kitsune Luigi and Tanuki Mario. However, there is another reason I'm not a fan of these inclusions on top of them being variants of just Mario and Luigi. See, the Mario mashup pack, as I mentioned in the intro, also changes the textures for most of the items in the game. This includes the armor, and wouldn't you know it, all of these power-ups are already represented as an armor set. Boomerang is netherite, Cat is leather, and Tanuki is chainmail. Now yes, you can use these skins outside of worlds with resource packs enabled, but it still feels like these were wasted slots. The skins also look a lot better than the armor, but again, this feels pretty repetitive with this representation. They should have added Weird Mario. 30, Diddy Kong. Now we're starting to get into the skins that I don't really have many issues with. I think Diddy ended up translating far better than DK himself, and I also like that Diddy gets his tail included here. I do think his jaw looks a bit weird, but I'm not really sure what they could have done to change it, so it's fine. I also just think Diddy's inclusion here at all is interesting since he's never appeared in a mainline Mario game. Well, aside from this monstrosity. He's definitely much more of a Donkey Kong character, but he has appeared in Mario spin-offs before, so his inclusion is fair. There's actually only one other character in the entire skin pack to never appear in the mainline series. Can you guess who it is? Let me know in the 29, Hammer Bro. I'm pretty happy he got included here, as despite being an enemy in a majority of the mainline series, the Hammer Bro often gets left out of playable roles and spin-offs. I mean, he's not even playable in Mario Kart 8, he got replaced by Peachette.
I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
The reason I'm placing him a bit low though, once again comes down to the face. I really don't feel like they did a great job representing this guy's head shape, and it also just looks a bit squished out. The added bit for the mouth just doesn't work great for me. 28, Ludwig. Here we have my favorite Koopaling, but unfortunately my bias wasn't quite enough to save him. While I think they did a pretty great job with his hair this time around, the face leaves a bit to be desired. Next to the other Koopalings, he looks so strange because his eyes are both smaller and higher up on his head. I also get that they were trying to show his regular sharp tooth, but it didn't really work out, so he just looks like a nerd. I'm still happy he's here at least because I like him, but they could have done better. 27, Propeller Mario. This power-up got to be above the others we've seen so far because it's not represented in the resource pack otherwise. Plus I do also have a huge new Super Mario Bros. Wii bias, just in case this didn't make it obvious. The propeller is one of my favorite power-ups, so I'm happy it's here, but part of me does think the helmet looks a bit wonky. It's not really that bad, but if it was made just slightly rounder, I think it would have looked better. Also, yes, while I am biased, the fact that it's just Mario again does still hold it back. 26, Rosalina, 25, Peach, and 24, Daisy. All three of these guys have the exact same issue, so they're gonna be together here. Well, obviously all three of these characters deserve to be here, as much as I don't like one of you. I think they could have used a bit more work. For starters, I feel like their hair doesn't really do a good job representing the characters. I get that it's hard to get long hair on a Minecraft skin, but Rosalina and Peach just feel off. Daisy at least got a bit added to her head, which put her above the other two. The main reason that these three are so low, though, comes down to their dresses. They're a bit of a double-edged sword. I do think they generally look pretty good, however, you may notice that their legs don't have any animations now. That's not a problem if you just have the skin, but if you decide to put armor on... Yeah, so they lose the dress but still maintain their no animation properties, so they look very strange while running around. Since most of the time you're probably going to have armor on, this is a pretty big flaw that holds back all three of these princesses. 23, Kamek. He's next to the princesses because he actually has the exact same issue with his legs. However, once you move past that, I think the rest of the skin looks pretty good. The face they especially did a solid job on with the shape and the hat. 22, Morton. For the most part, I think the skin looks solid enough, and I'm not really sure what they could have done much better. The problem with it is that Morton is supposed to be the big boy of the Koopalings, but they couldn't really add to his width in Minecraft. In fact, he's actually a bit shorter than a normal Minecraft skin, so overall he feels a lot smaller than he should be. Again though, not really much they could have done, so I mostly give it a pass. 21, Larry. Here we got my dad's favorite character, and he looks really funny here. I didn't realize it before this, but Larry has massive eyes, and the Minecraft skin adapted that pretty well. They do look maybe slightly off still, but I think it's passable. Overall, just a solid job on him all around, not much else to really say. 20, Bowser Jr. Okay, he looks really funny. He is one of the shortest skins in the entire pack, and I think it makes him look like an absolute goblin. My favorite part is easily his eyes. Unlike every other character in the entire skin pack, they are just 1 pixel of black each. That all just comes together to make him look like a dubious creature. It is such a weird look though, so I don't know if I can truly bring him up much higher than this, but he is certainly very funny to look at. 19, Petey Piranha. Of all the characters here, he is probably the most surprising inclusion. Yeah, he has appeared a couple times in the mainline series, but he's far from a staple character, especially in spin-offs. But I'm definitely happy he is here, and I for one think he looks very funny. His stupid open mouth smile just looks so goofy to me that I can't help but like the skin. I also think the detail of his arms being a bit transparent is great to represent the fact that they're leaves. It's a shame that he does lose his big size a bit here, but compared to some of the other giant characters like DK and Bowser, Petey Piranha definitely got it the best. 18, Birdo, and 17, Yoshi. These two obviously have very similar builds to one another, so I think they got equally good Minecraft skins. A majority of their skins is taken up by their massive sniffers. I think they look kind of funny to be honest, but in mostly good ways as I enjoy looking at them. Honestly, I don't really have any negatives on these two. I put Yoshi above Birdo because something about his face makes me laugh a little bit more. 16, Roy. Okay, this one definitely shouldn't be this high, but I'm sorry, the fact that his sunglasses are so thin just cracks me up. It makes his facial expression just look hilarious, and I don't really know how to describe it with words. Unfortunately, Roy does have a bit of Morton's issue where he's supposed to be a bigger boy but looks kinda small. However, I think that makes the funny face a bit more fitting, so I'm placing him up here for making me smile. It's getting harder to do that these days. 15, Cat Peach, and 14, Fire Mario. Here we have our two final power-up entries, and I think they're easily the best. For Cat Peach, she actually gets to place significantly higher than normal Peach because she doesn't have that weird leg animation thing that Peach has. Or doesn't have, I guess. I also think the cat hood makes the issues I had with Peach's hair far less apparent here. Now yes, you could dye leather armor pink to get Peach's catsuit colors, but since this is such an improvement on the normal Peach skin in my opinion, I'll give it a pass. As for Fire Mario, while I think the default Mario skin is better, Fire Mario is so iconic that I'm letting letting it pass up here. I've always liked the Power-Ups color scheme, so if any Power-Up was gonna get a skin, this makes sense to be here. Plus I'm still mad at Smash for removing the Fire Mario skin, so I'm putting this up here out of spite. I'm sure Sakurai is watching this at home. 13 Captain Toad, 12 Toad, and 11 Toadette. Obviously these guys are gonna be back to back since they're very similar to one another. I'm happy they were given the freedom here to really make the top of their heads bulbous like they are in the games. They don't feel like they were made too flat or anything, so overall they did a great job here. I also think their simplistic face looks funny, but also is perfectly fitting for the characters. As for the order, it was really close since they each look pretty good here. I put Toadette as my favorite though because the added bits for her hair make her model a bit more interesting. 10 Boom Boom. Here we have another one of the big boys, but they actually did something to help out with the issue this time. Instead of just being a normal model, Boom Boom's hands are actually made significantly bigger here. That makes him feel much larger, and I think overall makes his skin much more successful than Morton or Roy. He's not quite my favorite boss of the bunch though, because we still have 9 Lemmy. I mean, they interpreted him pretty much perfectly. Not only is he one of the shortest skins of the entire pack, but I love how they made his eyes goofy to really sell the silly energy of Lemmy. At this point in the list, I really don't have many complaints for how these were executed. 8 Dr. Mario. I know that I said Power-Ups are done, but Doc isn't a Power-Up, he's his own guy. And no, for all of you that guessed, this is not the other spin-off only character because look, he's in Mario Odyssey. Yeah, it's just Mario in a costume, but that's what Doc is anyway, so. I think the skin turned out pretty good here. I really don't have any complaints whatsoever because I like how Doc looks and it's cool that he's here. Only thing holding him back, I guess, is the fact that there is a lot of Mario skins. Who could have guessed it's the Mario skin pack? 7 Shy Guy. Here we have my brother's favorite character, and how could you not love him? He's also one of the shorter ones, and I think the design of Shy Guy just translates super perfectly onto the Minecraft model. Shy Guy is a fan favorite Mario character, so his inclusion here was a no-brainer. 6 Koopa Troopa. I think they just nailed the shape of the head here, plus the shell added on the back makes this look pretty perfect for me. Of course Koopa had to be here because he's in almost every single Mario game as one of the most common enemies. Don't ask what happened to Goomba. Again, not much else to say on this guy other than this is a pretty perfect representation of the character. 5 Wario. And now we have the start of our 4 main overall wearers of the series. I decided to put them all back to back because I think they were all done pretty equally. Of the bunch though, I do think Wario was done the worst. The main problem here is that Wario is,
you know, he's kinda, fat.
Like I said with Morton and Roy before, it was kind of hard to adapt that onto the Minecraft model. At the very least, Wario does have a massive noggin.
If you're wondering, I already know.
4 Luigi. Of course he was gonna be here, and yeah, I think they overall did a pretty good job. One thing I like about this is the fact that they went out of their way to make him slightly more slim and taller than Mario, which works really well to sell their slightly different body types despite the limited Minecraft model. The only real criticism I can come up with is the fact that he and Mario basically have the exact same face. Mario and Luigi have very different mustaches in the games, but on the Minecraft skin, they're exactly the same. Not really sure what they could have done about that due to the limited pixel count, but at the end of the day, it's not really a big deal. 3 Waluigi. And here we have him, the only other character to not appear in the mainline series. Don't fall for their lies. Waluigi translates surprisingly well to the Minecraft model in comparison to Wario. Since Waluigi is very tall and lanky, that actually fits here pretty well, and just like Wario, his head is exaggerated to be massive, but this time it's taller instead of wider.
If you thought it, I've been new.
His extra height really helps sell the character. But for my favorite of the bunch, we of course have to go with 2 Mario. I mean, this is the one they had to nail, and they pretty much did it. Mario fits perfectly on the Minecraft model, and I really love the design they went for with his face. It represents Mario so well while sticking to the blockiness of Minecraft. And of course, I love him a lot for being one of my favorite characters in the franchise. But he's not quite my absolute favorite. That award goes to 1 Dry Bones. Dry Bones for Smash. This is the skin that I would always use while playing on my Switch. Unless I was playing in multiplayer because they banned the Mario skins. Of course I have massive bias here since Dry Bones is my main in literally everything, but I legitimately think he deserves to place high up. For starters, just like Koopa, they absolutely nailed the shape of his head, and I think he genuinely looks kinda cute in the Minecraft art style. As for his torso, they also made it transparent at parts to represent the spaces between his ribs. Overall, I think they absolutely nailed Dry Bones' aesthetic, so I think, with heavy help from my bias, that he more than deserves to be crowned as the best skin in the Mario mashup pack. But anyways, that's it for this video. Are you absolutely furious at me for not mentioning Pom Pom despite her not being included here? Let me know in the comments. I hope you all enjoyed this silly little showcase video. I do have to warn you all that I am sadly starting another semester of college, so videos might be a bit tight again, but I'll make sure to do my best to make the best stuff I can. But before I go, I gotta thank my members being Milanessa DeZoro, MaidZO2, KidTrunks15, ShrugFaceAwoo, Wyatt Derpy, Caddy Shroom, Ryan, Miss Jades a Lot, Draco Star, Gnarled, Yanni the Duck, SMA, B Major 2003, Arson the Raboot, Sir Musty, Balandor, Puggles Are Fun, Trader Mo, Diluted Colors, Cinder CC, Jade Avery, Pronto Clone, Thicky Reiki, SJ100, Ungenio TM, CW McCain, Tibby, JubeTube Z, Tesseract Nuclear, Mr. McMahon 5702, Sebi, Hippopotamus, Jameson Pageson, Wilbur, Golden Sand/15, Zfrost, Stuffy Ant, JustX, Concanut, Keep, and Christian Flattery Sequel Edition. But anyways, Dry Bones for Smash, and I'll see you guys next time.